disruptions will not be tolerated.
This is so insane and yet so obvious. This is the co-founder of Ben & Jerry's ice cream, Ben Cohen, who's basically, I would say, a LARPing socialist, because he's not really a socialist. We'll get to that in a second. But he showed up at one of Bobby's hearings in the last couple days, and watch this.
The witness will suspend. The committee will come to order. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from the hearing room. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be tolerated. Members of the audience are reminded disruptions will not be permitted while the committee conducts its business. Capitol Police are asked to remove the individuals from.
All right, it's kind of funny to me that he looks like Bernie Sanders while he's spouting that stuff. And he's showing up to an RFK thing to yell about Gaza, the other person screaming that RFK killed people with AIDS. It's complete nonsense, but okay, that's usual political theater. The best part of Ben Cohen, I'm sure you're aware of this, Shermichael, is that a man who professes to be a socialist, who made hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars selling ice cream to people. Well, did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that yes, he sold Ben & Jerry's, Ben Cohen and Jerry Greenfield sold Ben & Jerry's, their little ice cream outfit from New Hampshire, to Unilever, a giant corporate conglomerate, back in 2000 for a cool $326 million. Shermichael, this is a little bit like Bernie railing on the millionaires while flying private to fight the oligarchy, isn't it?
Yeah, flying private. He also has a vacation house. He's also now a millionaire. I mean, these guys know no shame. I got a comment on this, though. I'm a big gun guy. I have two companies in the gun space. One is Guns Out TV. The other one is We the Free, which I'd invite your audience to check out, wethefree.com or WTF.tv. And if you saw the way RFK reacted, and I actually shared this with my business partner who's a Marine, and we both were just talking about how crazy it is that they did not have plainclothes officers mixed in between the audience. Because most people may not know this. Again, I shoot a lot. I used to be a competitive shooter. It literally takes seconds if someone were to have a gun, if they were able to figure out a way to get it in there, to have fired off a shot that could have been directed towards RFK. So from a security perspective, I actually am not very happy about that scene, Dave. I'm not saying that they should not allow the public to be a part of these hearing testimonies. I think that's important. That's a cornerstone of our democratic republic. But you got to keep these people safe. And considering the history of RFK's family, with him being a Kennedy, maybe rope off a couple of rows, or at a minimum, mix some plainclothes officers in the first 2 or 3 rows. So if something like that would have happened, those officers could have immediately reacted. That couple of seconds of watching those guys have to make their way to the former owner of Ben & Jerry's and the other lady, that to me really, really worried me, man. And I'm not happy about that at all. They need to make some drastic changes there. Now, to answer your question, it's rich. This guy's worth, more than $250 million, 300+ million, and he probably has gotten richer if he's had some good financial advisors. And here he is going after RFK and the rest of the Trump administration, talking about how abhorrent all of these individuals are. And they always are talking about, the oligarchs and how rich they are. Yet these guys have a greater net worth and make more money annually than most of the people who are showing up at their rallies, than most of the people who are probably still out there buying Ben & Jerry's ice cream. And so it just goes to show you, I'm not saying that you can't be critical of something that you disagree with. Absolutely be for that. But stop going against people who are successful. Stop saying that success and having wealth is a negative thing. It is not. If you work your ass off in this country, Dave, you should be able to reap the benefits of that hard work. Everybody in this country believes in that.